Hi, Sagittarius, and welcome to your reading for the week beginning the 25th of May 2025. The energy around your reading is the Queen of Cups, and this is talking about you listening to your intuition and also expressing yourself creatively. A lot of Sagittarians have Scorpio, and Scorpio is a very intuitive sign, very creative. And so this is the energy around you. Rather than the fire, going more into the water, um, the deep intuitive knowing. So let's have a look at things in greater detail. This is talking very, very specifically about letting go of negative people, not being around people here as well who are not taking responsibility for themselves, blaming the world, blaming everyone around them, blaming you. Also, just not being around, you can't be around negative people anymore. And you might think, well, who am I? Who am I going to connect with? Who are my group? You may find now that you're spending less time in just one group of people. You have friendships in different areas, and they could be all over the world. This is about walking with people from different cultures and could also indicate travel, or because this is travel definitely, or or connecting with people to do with an international group. It could be work to do with an international organization, and that would be to do with what you're good at, what your special talents are, and listening to yourself about this. Travel's coming up. These three cards are all about travel. So making decisions around a trip, you may be working towards it, but this does indicate a journey of some sort. You this as well, interesting. So you may wonder how this is going to happen, but it's like if you just take a chance or take hold of that idea, then you'll work towards it and get rid of the naysayers in your life. It's probably not time to react really quickly to things, as far as making decisions apart from what doesn't feel right. One thing will lead to another, and once you've made that choice, that will things will start to come in. These are opportunities coming in for you, and it is about using your intuition, as the Queen of Cups indicates, and being like a child. What makes me feel good? And you do have true friendships. I'm not saying that you don't. It's just it's who is a true friend and who isn't. Who is a relationship of regret and who isn't. It might take a little bit of adjusting, but I really don't think so. I feel like you're done with all of this confusion or people being combative or giving you mixed messages. It's about self-love. This is the line of karma, and these are the karmic lessons around you. So it's about not taking on what other people are dishing out, not, listening to your own wisdom around yourself, and not fighting wars within yourself that don't exist. So if people are giving you mixed messages or being argumentative, really just withdrawing and going into self-love and being around people who love you. I'm not saying some of your friends are going through difficulties, and I know they probably come to you for advice or help in some way, and that's great. But there's, I forget, it might be an Australian Indigenous thing, but it might be another culture where if you if you tell the group about your problems, they'll listen once, twice, and then the third time they turn their back. So you can't keep going over the same old ground over and over and over and over with people. Um, that's what I'm getting anyway. So this is really lovely. You seem to be juggling two situations to do with a heavy load, and you may have to be discerning about what you take on as well. So, you can't do everything at once. You may want to do more than one thing, but it's about planning for that. So, start the big things, juggle them with what you're doing already, and then you can take on more as time goes on. You do have love coming in, but and for those of you who are looking for love, but at the moment, it doesn't feel like the time's quite right. It is coming though, so don't give up hope. In the line of karma, and here the energy is more around travel and also more around making your financial security more prevalent and working towards that. So let's have a closer look. So this again is talking about that deep intuitive knowing that you have, the King of Cups, and creativity. So what the big emotional lesson that's coming up here for you, and it's come up for a lot of people in these readings. Sagittarius is the last one I do, so I've done 11 more before this for this week, and justice is about what you will be happy with at the end of your life and what you will feel like you wish you hadn't done. And that is the big question now. So if there's something you want to start it. If there's something you want to release it. Now is the time to at least start thinking about it and planning it. And it's not what other people think, it's about what you think yourself, your truth, your honesty, your integrity to yourself that matters, not what other people think. Sagittarius is a mutable sign, and Sagittarians can tend to listen to everyone's point of view and see everyone's point of view, a bit like Pisces, really. But once you step into your own power, yes, you can see their point of view, but what is right for you? A few men coming up here. I don't know. These are male friendships, possibly. But also, this is a big opportunity for you to have some sort of greater financial stability. It's also being in nature is important, but that is important for Sagittarians. And being around people who are light, friendly, happy, joyful, family who's like that, and people who are like family who are like that. So you're not going to be on your own. These are very, very beautiful, joyful friendships, and to do with men as well. That's interesting. The Devil and the Lovers they're very similar cards. I don't know if you can see that. I'll put it here. And so I think it's the Archangel Gabriel or Michael. I'm not quite sure which archangel it is. And the Devil are in the same position. And then we've got, the two people, the male and female. The Devil is about addiction in its negative form, old negative patterns of thought. Because this is in the line of, well, the subconscious as well as past lives and karma, it's talking about changing those old patterns and programs of negativity into patterns and programs of self-love. And the way to do this is through the feminine intuition looking to the higher self and bringing it back down to the conscious self. So the feminine is more the subconscious self and the intuitive self, and the masculine is more the conscious self. It's like right brain, left brain. And connecting with your higher self, your conscious self, and your subconscious self. So that is the key to the balance, is what they're saying. And that's how you bring in these dreams that you want to bring in. There's great victory. The Ace of Swords is great victory. There's, yeah, sure, we have little hiccups along the path and things that might come up that we have to solve. But this is great joy and celebration to do with you bringing in whatever it is that you want. Family is indicated here, stable family, but also just joy and fun and social invitations and people from the past, and especially people from the past, actually. So, but these could also be past life connections. When you meet someone who you just feel this connection with them, it may be someone like that coming in too. So that is lovely. And Sagittarius has been through a lot. Pluto was in Sagittarius before it was in Capricorn. And then, a lot of Sagittarians have Capricorn planets. Pluto is always about change and transformation. So, but things aren't going to continue like that anymore. It's really about getting free. And that's what the devil's about. The devil is, in its positive connotations, because it is the card of Capricorn, is about your wild, free self. What does your wild, free self want to do? And so let's continue. Yeah, it's just your thoughts stopping you. If you may have already been through this and you may be on the other side, but as things come up, recognize how you've stopped yourself in the past and move ahead with things. You have your guides are saying you can connect with them through meditation or through your intuition, and you'll know instantly. And for many of you, I feel like if you even just allow the time for this, over the next few days, you will have this connection, and that's a revelation. Having trust in your own intuition, believing in yourself. You don't have to believe in gurus or teachers or tarot readers. It's about you yourself connecting with your own psychic ability and having the self-confidence and self-esteem to do that, and that will put you on your path. And they are saying you're not those of you who've been alone for a long time, there is this connection with someone coming in that is to do with commitment. But it's, if you're confused about a relationship, or if you're feeling like you're not being supported or they're not there, or you've gone through some sort of breakup, it is time to let that go in any way you possibly can. And I'm always banging on about EMDR and rapid eye technology and breath work. These are ways to release old emotions. And of course, love relationships are the ones that really affect us in a hugely profound way. So, and they affect, any sort of stress affects our physical health as well. So you're being asked to look after your physical health, and to listen to a lot of different guidance about that, not necessarily the medical community, although they're great for broken bones and things like that, but listen to a range of information about health and who is giving you the information. But your health looks, if there has been any issues to do with health, it looks like they're resolved. There's a golden opportunity to do with healing here. So new beginnings to do with something new that you haven't done before. It could be working from home, because the Four of Pentacles often is about working from home. This is all around work. You have a lot of knowledge, emotional knowledge, because of what you've been through. And you can share that with others now. You're here to help people. And so there's a big new beginning to do with, possibly with groups of people, and an opportunity coming. And don't allow yourself just to be frozen in time thinking, oh my God, I don't know what to do. they're saying here that there will be sudden ideas that you will have, almost like epiphanies about the future. And the more you can go into that space of the heart and that space of peace, the greater you can imagine what you want. So, what do you want? It does look like you'll be traveling at some point, and you may even be traveling on your own. Some of you, it's sometimes when we travel on our own, we open ourselves up to possibilities that we wouldn't if we were in a group or in a couple, because we're more open to other people and to other situations. Um, there's money coming in. Gosh, we're getting a lot about your career here. This is like you have peace to do with finances into the near future, very near future. So whatever you're doing now, keep doing it. It's a big opportunity. You can do it. Your skills are huge and growing. And it could be working from home. Yeah, there could be a change in the near future to do with the way you work. You may be walking away from something, taking your knowledge and building something greater. You have very quick mind, Sagittarius. This is the card of Sagittarius, Temperance. So when Sagittarians are young, often they take leaps, they take risks, and not always the most wise risks, but they learn from that. And learning temperance is something that is quite hard to do. But once you have that wisdom, then you can tune into your intuition. Is this a good decision? Is it not a good decision? And there's also this sort of this is analytical knowledge as well. So it's scientific knowledge. Sagittarius is very curious. So it is about being curious about everything to do from the spiritual. So you can be quite scientific with the way you approach things like psychic ability, your spirituality, and ask for proof and see what happens. Yeah, it's really about walking away from naysayers who don't believe that you can be successful or who want to keep you down. You know, they have vested interest in you staying where you are. And so it's walking away from that. So let's have a look at some other information. We might look here at, first we'll look at the spiritual side. So these are starseed cards and they're messages from your spirit guides. Okay. The void. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. It's funny, just before I did the Scorpio reading just before you, and I was saying in the before I did Sagittarius, I was saying in the Scorpio reading that I was about to start, and my two crows, I feed them. They came. One of them came, and he would not stop cawing until I went down there, and he was looking at me through the window, straight at my face, like he was only a few feet away, and he had food there. He didn't want food. He wanted to talk to me. Crows represent the void. They're like the collective unconscious. They're their creativity. So that's where you plant your seed, in the void, and then it grows. So it's quite amazing. And of course the void comes up as a black expanse. But yeah, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. This is about percolating and creating. And what do you want to create? You may, I feel like you may already have decided, and you may have already have started, but well, here in Australia, we're just about to step into winter, and it's freezing here in the south, so it can be literal. these are the Ask and It Is Given Abraham Hicks cards. So let's see what they're talking about. I'm going to put this around all of this financial stuff and work stuff. I am a vibrational transmitter and receiver. The vibration you put out is the vibration you receive on. So if you're putting out positive thoughts and you're thinking about how your success to do with your work and your career and what you need to give up and what you can bring in and what you have to offer, then you really have this vibrational match of great, huge growth, financially or to do with your career in some way. Also to do with how people see you. You may expand on your clients, and they may. It makes such a big difference when you're appreciated in your work. When I used to be an EA, like when I was in my 20s, and we were invisible really. The men sat in their offices and we ran around doing all the work. Sound terrible. Anyway, that's what it was like here in Australia. Whereas now I'm a tarot reader. I read for people who are in positions of power or famous or whatever, and I'm appreciated. So it's such a shift from what I used to do. And yeah, so I'm talking from experience there. And then these are beautiful earth song oracles. So I'll just ask about the earth, and these are earth and animals. And when you're feeling alone or lost, it is really important to connect to the earth and animals if you're that way inclined. Air, breathe, life, travel. What a powerful and stabilizing tool your breath is. Well, I was talking about breath work to do with releasing old negative emotions. So I guess you might be being encouraged to do some breath work. One of my clients is a brilliant breath work. She's in the States, but I don't know that she's still doing it. But if you can find a practitioner near where you live, there are breathwork circles, or you can do one-on-one, and it's such an amazing tool. In fact, you feel really incredible after you do a breathwork session. So that also really helps with your health. So I go for it, guys. A little bit more around this. Not. Okay, so this is sort of crying over spilt milk. Unsuccessful plans that didn't work out. Just because some things don't work out and you've had a backward step doesn't mean, the next thing isn't going to work. They say that people who are very wealthy have tried, I can't remember how many things on average, but just keep going. But use that knowledge that you learn through your unsuccessful plans. And honor and respect will come to you. Well, this fits here with what we were talking about before. Your reputation growing, people appreciating you. January. I guess by January, things will have shifted. I think this is especially around work and career. So what are we now, May? I guess it builds over the next few months. One more. Dealings or relationship with a younger woman. For those of you blokes who are looking for love, here's all the men. She may be a younger woman. But these are really amazing cards for career, I must say. And endings and new beginnings around career, if that's what you want, or otherwise you're doing two things at once. Bring it on, I think. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Sagittarius. See you next week, and God bless.